In about 1975 or something like that. It was right after he met with James Miller and with Tony Houston and several other people when they were talking to Bucky. And the occasion was that they were going to introduce themselves to Bucky and to Norman Foster, to each other, because there was going to be a competition. And so Bucky came to me after, says, "Oh, Tommy," he says, "I just met Norman Foster." He says, "Really very interesting young man." And so later on, he met with Bucky again, and Bucky showed him the Sainsbury Center. And the most important thing about that is that Bucky said to Norman, he said, "Mr. Foster, how much does the building weigh?" And Norman was taken back. And it was several weeks later that he calculated how much steel, how much concrete, how much everything. And that's the first time that somebody came back and answered Bucky. One thing that was really striking to me is that Norman wanted to do his own geodesic dome as a present, as an idea for Bucky Fuller. Now, Bucky Fuller's always been interested in housing, and Norman got that, so Norman did his own, and he called it the double deresonated dome. And Norman wanted to design this and finish it and give it as a present to Bucky. I think that Bucky was a pathfinder. By that I mean he invented things like geodesic dome, he invented the dimaxium wedge. The dimaxium car, I was thrilled at because I went to the archives and looked it up. Bucky would be absolutely thrilled at the car. And that's what Norman wanted to do with the double deresonated dome. An actual home, not just a piece of art. And I don't mean to discourage just a piece of art, because it's a magnificent piece of art, but it's more than just a piece of art. It's the autonomous dwelling unit. Bucky Fuller coined this term spaceship Earth because, as he said, we have only one spaceship Earth, 8,000 miles, and we keep on polluting it. So sustainability and doing something with it was very important. And Norman got that right away. Norman, and particularly Norman, and Bucky understood you're going to have to do it through technology, understanding sustainability, and doing something with these architecture. Because architecture does more pollution than anybody else. No, what you understand, that Bucky would say, don't try to change mankind, change the environment. You cannot change mankind's, or you cannot change people's opinion, but you can do it through technology. How are you going to support 7 billion people or 10 billion people? It's only going to be through technology. Norman gets that. Foster's one of the few. Because we still have architects here just building things and on top of each other, and some of it looks about, I have to say, looks very similar. You know, but each one of Norman's things are just created different because he thinks about how this is the environment, how does it work with the technology, how does it, Apple is just not just a circle, the cold and the heat and the reflection and all these different technological things that you don't see unless you go deeper into it. And so this is the kind of things that Bucky did. You know, it goes much deeper than just a geodesic dome. It's much, much deeper than that. And that's the whole concept of compression and tension. And so he called it dimaxium, dynamic, maximum, and tension or action. I think the foundation is fantastic because it's something that Bucky would prove it very much. So it's how do you influence other people and not just say how wonderful my piece of architecture is, which does happen with some of the other people that I don't want to mention. You know, yes, I think it's nice, but how do you influence the rest of the world to make sustainability? And so this to me is a very important thing. So this is what the foundation is doing. Now it's interesting, foundation just say, oh, we're just going to do architecture, we're just going to do this. No, they're encompassing the entire integrity. I would think there are 3 things that you should know. And one is to understand history. Bucky understood history very much. Going way back to history and understanding, he made a special point that if you really want to investigate, keep on digging to get to the person. To understand the universe even clearer, that's Bucky, okay? The pathfinder, you know, the integrity, human integrity, and that's what it is. And I have to say that Norman's one of the few people that got it, and that's why he's doing NFF, you know, as Bucky said to the young. Don't try to change man, change the environment. And that's what this is, change the environment. And the only way you can change the environment is through technology. And that's what Foster does so well.